we're going to pump out another tutorial with everyone here. Now we're going to assume you've got Flathead, we're going to assume you've got Technetium, because those tracks aren't so bad. Those ones are the easy ones. I'm willing to give you a pass and say you don't have Spinebuster, but for this one, we're actually going to use Flathead Fury, and we're going to hit up the Water Realm. Now the reason I'm using Flathead Fury here is because I feel like it is a nice car to drive on this realm. It's not too complex. So here we go. It also sounds nice. Hey, you unlock this car. You may as well use it. Alright. Now you want to just immediately let go of everything. Don't touch anything. A little bit of Nitrox is fine, but too much and you're going off the map. So what's the point? And it is such a long descent. Just waiting to drop. Now, as soon as you get in, the first thing you want to do is push forward. Just get out. Get off there. And then back into it. For most cars, this comes down with a more smooth landing. For most. A little bit of Nitrox, you get back on the track. That landing is hard. There is another way to do the landing, a couple of different ways. Maybe I'll fail a couple of times and we'll get to have a look at it more. Now just drive straight here, don't lose your speed, don't go slow. For this first water bit, you need Nitrox. So just hit the Nitrox till you get across and you're fine. Now you don't need the Nitrox any further, take it easy. Just drive steady. If you can't see the track ahead, don't accelerate. Now, look, it doesn't seem so bad because you can land on the pipe, but the pipe is so bad. You may as well just fall off the map, honestly. Driving on the pipe is not ideal. Getting off the pipe to get out of the pipeline onto the rest of the track later on is just as bad. Getting off the pipe onto the track at all is bad. This part you can accelerate, even though I slammed the brakes there. It's because you can't see the track. If you cannot see the track, you should not be accelerating. Simple as that. Just a nice, easy little run here. I'm going a little faster than I should be here, so just don't go too fast. And then we come up here. Now there's no need to make this track go longer than it needs to. Don't worry about this dark part here. It's supposed to be a hydroplane of some sort, but it doesn't seem to affect the cars at all. Yeah, don't make the track go longer than it needs to. Always turn right here. Slow down so you're not falling off the track. Turn right. This is the fastest way, and it's probably the easiest of the three routes as well. Take it easy. Don't take this corner too fast, like I always do. So it's not too bad. Nothing complex. No sharp corners. Well, there is one sharp corner coming up, but for the most part, it's all really gradual turns. So here's that sharp corner we were talking about. It's not too bad. Just a nice steady pace. Alright, now this part here is a nice straighter section. So if we just wait a little bit. Big straight section here, just Nitrox. Go for it. Open her up. Go a little fast. At this point you get a bit of glare. Don't do anything risky. Feel free to touch that Nitrox a little more. Get some decent speed behind you. But it's not too much of a concern. Come out here. Don't worry about going too fast off there. You can't actually ruin yourself with it. So it's fine. Now here, just take it easy. Falling off here also ends your run. Falling off anywhere ends your run. Don't worry about it. Turning left there is essential. Turning right will just make you take longer. Hit those bits at speed, they will slow you down. If you need to Nitrox out of them, do it. And then here is the final bit. And we just Nitrox ourselves to the finish. There's a 4-minute run. I think that's a bad run, I think. Yeah, should be. What's my best? 2:56, it's a pretty bad run. The 4 minutes is not an ideal run, but it's not the worst. Now, I have heard, so that's how you'll unlock Chicane, I'm pretty sure it is, on a Jackhammer. Jackhammer's the one you get from that. So I've heard some other things about this as to how to land this jump, so we're going to try a few more things with the jump. See if we can save some time. So once you start getting the hang of this track a bit more and you feel confident with it, you want to get a bit of a better boost. Drop into the middle here. That's fine. And then... wow! So that was a recommendation someone gave me. That was a borrow. Don't do that. Don't. Not in this car anyway. And look how hard it is to get back on the track. Look at that, I missed. At that point you're done, you may as well just restart the run. So, with the assumption that we've now unlocked chicane, I could do it there. Actually, I'm going to try again in Spinebuster. For those that did complete Storm Realm and have Spinebuster, let's do it once more in Spinebuster. This is a little faster than Flathead Fury, I believe. A little easier for me to drive too. So here we can drop it into reverse and give it a little boost backwards. This just ensures that we're going to land in a slightly better position. Slightly, nothing significant. Now we want to back up off here. And then we're going to drive in. We should be able to cause problems. That was awful. The intent there was to do a front flip, which some cars can. I forget which cars can. I think Nightburner can, but that's alright. It's not too big a deal. Bit of Nitrox across here, not a problem. Now this car does get stuck in 6th gear and won't shift down quite often, so just do be aware that that is a problem that the car has, if you do have it. Does get that little bit more acceleration going into 5th. If you shift down too hard 2 times, you can sometimes shift into neutral and then reverse. Not ideal. There, that was just a bit of nitrox because the car wasn't doing as much speed as I wanted it to coming up there. It's nothing too bad. Here, I always want to take it easy because you don't want to throw yourself off. If you do come to a complete stop, feel free to nitrox yourself back up to a reasonable speed once you are no longer stopped. Just so you're not losing as much time as you would just having to crawl up, especially if you're in this thing. So there I was going to slip off the track, so I nitrox to keep on the track. Put me in reverse for some reason, but we're good. We didn't lose as much time as we would have if we had just come off the track there. So here's the section where we can nitrox a lot more, just because it is mostly straight and uphill. Just don't make mistakes like that. Here you got too much glare, so you can't even see if your timer's going well. Oh. And here I've just hit my 256 that I was aiming for. So it's not a track record, but it is a much better time than the 4 minutes I just did in Flathead Fury. So you can save a lot of time just by, you know, boosting a bit more and accelerating a bit more. But obviously, you know, if you're still learning, you don't need to do that. Oh, I almost missed that there. The 320, that wasn't so bad, but it's no 256. I don't know how I did a 256. That's impressive. But thank you for that. Thank you for joining me for this. So you could probably now have chicane. The track's not too hard. It's just a lot of time. If you know you fall off, getting back on the track is a bit rough. So take your time with it. Don't do anything irrational. There's no jumps. There's no sections where going slow is a problem. So just keep your speed up or keep your speed down. Don't keep your speed up. Keep your speed down, you'll get chicane. I think it's easy enough that I can assume that you have chicane. It's fair enough that you might not have Spybuster. That track is a bit harder, or a bit more punishing, but you can get Chicane just going slow. So I'll assume you have Chicane from here on, as well as you should have Flathead Fury, and you should have Technetium. Those are all relatively easier cars to unlock.